Welcome to Thurman Podcast, Season 1, Episode 6, which is about, I guess, self-empowerment, better treatment. Okay. Here we go. Let's start, baby.
Okay, discuss, do you treat yourself right? Because I've been seeing a lot on social media to where people you get so angry at other people for so-called treating you wrong, but if you was treating yourself right, you wouldn't give certain shit so many times to where you explode, which pegs into that irrational shit. You know what I'm saying? So do you treat yourself right? Is the subject. As far as like eating right, dealing with motherfuckers you shouldn't deal with, being in environments you know you shouldn't be in. You know what I'm saying?
I do now. I didn't 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And as far as health-wise, it's treating my body right, I didn't 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I feel like everything that came in my life played a role in the betterment of me having that all-around feeling of feeling good. Mm.
Yeah.
How about you?
I feel like I semi-do. Of course, it was, you have your issues to where, or I have my issues to where it's certain people I should and shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, say arguing back and forth. I've learned to not do that. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we think constant trying to get somebody to hear you, which lead into an argument. But if they ain't hearing you from the get-go, they're not going to hear you once you get past the argument. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I dumbed that down to, if you got to argue, you ain't treating yourself right. Because just saying it should be enough. You know what I'm saying?
But see, we've been through this before as far as the holistic healing, and trying to tell the black community that all of this food that we're eating is affecting our body, and it don't just affect our body in one way, and it's for a long stint of time, and we continuously pushing this food in our system because a lot of people overeat or overindulge because of the unhappiness. Mm. But if you don't know that, you won't recognize it. Mm.
Yeah. But I think people are really, really focused on overstuffing. You overstuff.
It's a black tradition. Think about this. Sunday dinners.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. That's one of the biggest black traditional holidays that ever lived, which is Sunday dinner and Thanksgiving. Yeah. And both of them are all about overindulging in things. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I never seen a Thanksgiving to where people just ate and was full. It's always, this my first plate. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. That's a lot for a first plate.
Yeah.
And then you doing it yourself, you're like, this is too much. Mm-hmm. But everybody else is doing it. Yep. This is a tradition. Mm-hmm. But some traditions are meant to be broken. And that's my thing. It's an episode on Boondocks where it's like talking about Big Mama's house. Yeah. And Big Mama had a heart attack from all the food that they was cooking those Sunday dinners. Yeah. And then they turned around and started back doing the same thing that had got killed Big Mama. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why Big Mama died. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that show was ahead of its time, but it was also trying to teach black people that we need to eat more healthier. That's what I got from the episode. I don't know what everybody else got from it. Maybe they just watched it and laughed. and they just feel a sense of humor inside. But for me, they right. We need to eat healthier.
Yeah.
We need to look for other alternatives besides the traditional, say, Thanksgiving chitlins and deep fried turkey and, dressing with turkey in it. It's like you eat so much. You like, it's no chill on it. You like, okay, all this food and I'm here. Man, I have done this plenty of times and you know this.
Mm-hmm.
Cook Thanksgiving dinner. And it ain't number 6 of us or 7 of us.
Yeah.
But I done cooked enough to feed 40, 40 fucking folks.
Yeah.
And we overeat.
Yeah.
We constantly. First plate, second plate, third plate. We eat, sleep. That's how everybody do in the black community during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Everybody eat, cheat, it depends on what you like to do.
I remember we used to, I'm sorry to cut you off, but we didn't have a time at our house, which is the reason why all the teenagers and younger ones came
Oh, man, I hated that. Man, I hate that old, when we serving dinner at this time.
Yeah.
If it's done, let's eat.
Yeah.
I'm still like that. Like, even though we don't eat meat and we are vegetarians, I'm still with that same manner with my kids. Like, I don't have a time frame like, okay, y'all eating dinner at 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
If it's 4 o'clock and they hungry and the food done, feed them.
Yeah. We used to eat, get up, because we cooked all night. We took a nap. Then we got up and ate. Then, of course, I think for 2 years straight, we did eat, drinks, and then eat again. Of course, a nap was in there somewhere.
I'm telling you.
And then everybody used to come to everybody knew our house was the house you can come to for a plate. We ain't give a fuck who it was. You bring a friend, here you go, take a plate. You know what I'm saying? And it just always snowballed until
we became vegetarians.
And it's like everybody like look at us like, y'all weird motherfuckers.
We weird. Yeah, we weird because we want to heal our body.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't condone people that don't
still eat meat, right?
Because I do have a lot of, I hate to call them clients, but I do have a lot of people that buy herbs from me.
True.
And like my first question, and it sounds so harsh because I always hear that weird ass pause, and they be like, but my question be, are you willing to give up the stuff that's made you sick all this time? And I get some no's. I get some, I need my meat. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but you do know that's why your belly fat. You do know it's not even necessarily why your belly fat is why you can't get rid of the illnesses that you have right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And everybody always think they need meat. And it's just like, but do you know is it a cow? I ain't never seen a skinny ass cow unless they just being neglected or some shit.
Yeah.
But cows eat fucking grass.
Right.
I ain't never seen a cow eat meat. And they healthy as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of animals that don't eat meat.
Yeah. And I get it. I understand because that's something we think. But I really try to encourage people. You ain't gotta stop eating meat, but slow down on it. You can tell the difference, and eventually you'll get to that point. Especially, I always tell people, do your research, because once you start doing that research, you start learning about stuff that you need to know. It always leads you somewhere else. Information always leads you somewhere fucking else, and people don't want to do that shit, and I be like, why you inboxing me? Look that shit up.
But a lot of people are judgmental.
Mm.
There's just like, we had a relative that fell off the vegetarian wagon and started back eating meat. Me personally, I don't indulge in meat anymore. So no, I'm not going to judge that person. I just told that person, well, that's what you choose to do. But I'm going to continue down the same path I've been going because it has been helping me. Mm-hmm. Now, what that person was telling me is that, that they decided to start back eating meat, but they don't eat meat like they normally do or overindulge in. And I'm like, that's a good thing, because now you learn to control. Mm. And I said, I didn't know control with food until I became a vegetarian.
But see, once you learn how to control with food, you learn how to control other shit.
Exactly. It opens up your mind to learn how to control other things, because this is something that you thought that you could never control.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people feel like, I cannot not go get me a Big Mac or a Whopper. And it's like, you can. You just choose not to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what being a vegetarian opened up your eyes to see that I ride past Wendy's, McDonald's, all the restaurants, and I never say, I want a flame bar burger, I want a Big Mac, or I want a chicken filet sandwich from Chick-fil-A, or none of that. Because I don't feel, in my mind, I felt like I needed to have this meat and this food in me, because it's cheap and it's what everybody doing. But then, me being a vegetarian, I'm like, I don't really need that. You know what I'm saying? It don't even excite me no more.
Yeah.
The McRib is back. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, now after all of that being said, I have lost a substantial amount of weight. But I'm not losing weight so fast that I'm just flabby.
Yeah.
My body is still intact, but I have lost weight, and it's slowly, but it's fast at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because over the last 2 years, I only lost almost 200 pounds.
Yeah.
But it's not, I lose 100 pounds in 2 months. I'm losing 5 pounds here, 10 pounds there. 5 pounds here, 8 pounds there. So when you add all that up, my body is giving my body time to go back down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a quick jerk to where now my arms are super flabby and I got flab hanging off me. No. But see, that's what one thing we don't understand, the process of losing weight. Everybody so quick to try to say, I want to lose weight. But do you want to do the thing that takes you to lose weight? Because part of it is changing your diet. You don't have to be a vegetarian to change your diet. That's what I said. Remember, we had the last podcast, and I was saying when I was talking to a guy I work with, don't indulge in meat. If you don't eat meat 4 times a fucking day. Substitute it. Eat your little oatmeal. Eat your little bowl of cereal or something, a bowl of grits or something. Yeah. Eat your 2 eggs. You know what I'm saying? Don't just wake up and be like, what a bacon, what a sausage, then for lunch say, what a burgers, then for dinner say, what a ribs at.
Yeah.
That's meat.
I thought becoming a vegetarian was going to be something hard, but I knew it was something that needed to be done. But it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. It's quite easy, actually.
It's very easy.
You ain't got to take the meat out to let it unthaw, and meat is quite expensive. You know, everybody think vegetarian food is expensive. It is, but
it's not. It's not. It depends on what you buy.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Everybody say the only reason why people feel like vegetarian food is expensive because they go in the supermarket and they look at these pre-made meals. But being a vegetarian ain't eating pre-made meals, because we make a lot of meals ourselves, and we also put stuff together. We might get some rice and some beans, make some cornbread, and that's a meal with some greens. You see what I'm saying? That's not pre-made. We made all of this ourselves.
Yeah.
So being a vegetarian don't consist of just going and getting a meal from the supermarket that say vegetarian.
Yeah.
But that's how people equate it to, because they don't want to find an alternative route to food. But you go in the supermarket, you're going to find beans and rice.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Vegetables. Yeah. They're everywhere.
And then, too, another thing I think a lot of people don't want to do unless it's religion guided is fasting.
True.
You did your fasting, and you was like, my mind is so clear.
Exactly. But see, when my thing about fasting is you need to be in a proper environment to fast.
Yeah.
You can't be working 10 to 12 hour shift trying to fast, because you're burning a lot of energy, and your body needs energy for you to maintain working.
Yeah.
So on the weekends, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I can start my fasting after I get off of work Thursday.
Yeah.
So Thursday and Friday morning, I'm starting my fast, and I won't eat until Monday morning. On my way to work, I will eat breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would take breakfast with me and eat it during my shift.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot of people feel like they can't fast because you have to eat. And I'm like, true enough, you have to feed your body. But at the same time, you can go, I think, 7 days.
Depending on how fast
I mean,
you
I
are.
don't know. But exactly, because it don't necessarily go by what you have eaten or not. It actually goes by your body mass.
Mm-hmm.
Because after so long that you don't eat, your cells start to eat the fat within your body.
72 hours, your body go into survival mode. So it starts eating, consuming the fat that you done saved, which is the belly fat, arm fat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's possibility that you can fast. You just got to be resilient with it and don't give up, because a lot of people always give up. They go one day and be like, I'm so hungry, I gotta eat. Drink you some water. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, to get off the fasting, because a lot of people don't believe in it or don't understand it, and I get that. Like, that's not the only alternative out here to help you. You know, it's just like the last podcast I remember saying about people having exercise machines that sit in their house or in their attic or in their basement or in their closet collecting dust.
Yeah.
You can't say, I want to fix my body and not work on it.
Yeah.
You don't want to do I mean, why even spend the money on these items and you don't even want to use it, or you don't even feel motivated to use it? But guess what? Part of that overeating is the reason why you don't feel motivated. So you feel sluggish. And that sluggish feeling take the motivation out of you.
Yeah.
I get up every day and I feel good. I don't feel like I can't get out the damn bed.
That's true. That's so true. Go ahead.
I mean, that's just how I feel. Like, I don't criticize nobody about how much they weigh, what they weigh, or that they don't use their machines. What I'm saying is, we got to come together as black people and quit saying, I want to lose weight, or what is this? Is this going to help me lose weight? We got to put in the work. We got to start putting in the work, because we'll put in the work at somebody's time clock. We'll put in the work on the process of getting some new hair or some new clothes or some new shoes and all these worldly items. We'll put in a lot of work behind it. A new PlayStation 5 finna come out. Black people that's going to buy it gonna put in the work to figure out how they gonna get one. But if you feel like you obese and you need to lose weight, or you unhealthy and you need to lose weight, why is it that you don't put that same foot forward?
Yeah.
You're not showing the same effort. You more of a less like, I work out when I work out, or I lose weight when I lose weight. But how are you gonna lose weight when you're not willing to change what's causing you to gain weight?
Yeah. And it's like, the thing is too, we have so many choices during the day. You don't realize that you put shit off because you know you got tomorrow.
That's true.
So if you know you got tomorrow, you like, fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow. And it makes you be able to be lazy. But why not just fucking do it even when you don't feel like it? That's how I feel.
That's right. And see, that's a lot of times being in the house, stuck in the house during quarantine. We need sun.
Oh yeah.
You know, I know a lot of black people don't even know that or understand that your body needs sunlight.
Yeah.
So I will go outside and just stand in the sun for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just enough to let the sun hit my body. And it actually feels good.
Yeah.
And the reason why it feels good is because our body need those rays.
Yeah.
We connected to the sun.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a lot of things that we don't understand, because guess what? Majority of information that pertains to us has been tampered with and removed.
Or
turn evil against us.
Yeah.
So, we don't understand why we gotta go outside. That's just like a lot of people, black people locked up in prison. They're like, I ain't seen something like it forever. I got to get in the sun. Because it's true.
Yeah.
After so long, your body starts to crave and call out to the sun and let you know you need it. But that's part of being healthy. You see what I'm saying? We have to understand really what health is all about within our people. Because they have scientists and all kind of people to tell you how white people can stay healthy. But then they say, oh, well, black people have all of these. This is what you've been hearing lately. These underlying issues.
But why?
And let the news tell it, it's hereditary. It's been passed down. High blood pressure is not hereditary. Diabetes is not hereditary. It's a dietary issue.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
But if you're not willing to change, then eventually it's going to take you out of here.
Oh, yeah.
And I know from experience, damn near almost 500 pounds I was. And the doctor told me, well, if you strain or get hard or get mad too fast, you liable to have a stroke because that's how high your blood pressure is, Mr. Thurman. And I'm like, wait, whoa. I got to do something about this shit. And I tried modern medicine, and it did not work. It actually made shit worse.
Yeah.
So when we switched over to the holistic way, and I'm like, oh, this is working. I actually can fit my shoes and my feet not swole. I feel good getting out the bed. I did a whole shift, and I ain't even hurting. I'm like, oh, this is working. This is wonderful. And yes, I'm excited to tell people about it because this is something that black people don't talk about. We don't talk about healing ourselves physically.
Because in order for you to talk about healing yourself, you got to know something wrong.
Right. But how can you got to know something wrong when you like 400 pounds and you walking down the street and you like, and you like, you okay, bro? No, I got to sit down.
Yeah.
You can't even walk a whole block. So it gotta come to this point in life to where you like, okay, this shit is killing me. I can't. If you don't want to die, you have to change. You have to adapt.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest or the most scariest thing to black people is change. And I'm like, no. Change could be wonderful. It depends on what you changing and what you changing for.
Yeah.
Because I have had nothing but good experiences since I became a vegetarian. A lot of people can't believe. They be like, oh, damn, you as big as you is, you're a vegetarian. Yeah, you should have seen me 2.5 years ago. You would have been like, oh, yeah, bro, you need to quit eating in general.
Yeah. You know what? I really don't eat like that. And when I do, like, I know when I eat twice a day, I be, like, disgusted with myself, right? And then I go days without eating because I feel sharper when I don't eat. I don't know if that sounds not right or
no, I can agree. I had a kind of a similar experience when I don't eat.
Yeah, and it's like my belly will be growling. I'm like, you're not really hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be talking to myself like, motherfucker, shut up. But I'm not saying that's how everybody should be because some people do require food to keep going. But I've never really been a big eater like that anyway. Until I say, and I'm not saying nothing bad, until we got together. I wasn't a big eater like that. And I remember when I first like spent the night with you or whatever, you was like, you want some breakfast? I was like, I'll eat in the morning. And you was like, why? That's weird. I was like, I don't. I don't eat till about 2-3 o'clock. But that's just the way I always had been. But then once, you get with somebody, you pick up.
But your compass was off because you not only eat 2-3 o'clock in the evening, you eat 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. Because I'm an all-nighter too. I stay up all night sometimes. And I just be up. But I feel like, we gotta learn how to be better to because it's not just what we eat, also it's what we say to eat ourselves, it's how we talk about ourselves. Because I used to have a bad habit of saying constantly, I'm stupid, or you know what I'm saying, I forget everything. But I was just speaking that shit into like realistic existence of constantly forgetting shit. You know what I'm saying? And now I done got in the habit to where I tell myself in the morning when I get up how my day gonna go. And I execute that shit. Because if you get up and you know what you gotta do every day and you just a drag at it, you're like, oh, I gotta wash these clothes, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's just like, that's just how your day gonna be.
But it all play a part in your dietary situation. And that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, every time I ate meat, it didn't matter if it was I ate hamburgers, I ate steak, I ate whatever meat I ate, even fish, I would feel sluggish.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to get out the bed. And it's what we call the itis.
Yeah.
But it's not the itis. It's actually you sluggish because you done overindulged in this food.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the restaurant. I'll be like, let me get a steak, a potato, and some chicken strips.
Yeah.
And it's like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Do I really want all of that shit, or I'm just overindulging?
Yeah.
And it came to a point where I had to realize that about myself, that I always overindulge because, number one, I was taught to.
Mm-hmm.
So now, learning this, I had to fix it. So that's what I did. I kept working on it until I started feeling better and getting better. And now it's funny because now when people see me, they be like, man, you lost a lot of weight. And I'm like, sea moss and changing my diet done wonders for me.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because everybody been like, you've been working out. No, I haven't. I don't work out per se. I don't go to a gym. I don't lift any weights. I don't do any squats, any sit-ups, but I do run up and down my steps all day, chasing behind my kids, and I have changed my diet so that all three of those different combinations have worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't really necessarily take three. All it really do, I believe it only takes one, and that's the first step is changing your diet.
Yeah.
And I feel like once you change how you feel on the inside of your body, you also change how you feel emotionally.
Yeah.
It play a big factor on your emotional state. And I don't think people understand that, because we are the most self-inflicted people in the world.
Yeah.
Because we hate the way that we look or are, but we still don't try to change.
Mm-hmm.
So we inflicting this pain on ourselves, but we don't even try to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
So
but we trying to change everybody.
We trying to change everybody else and everybody around us. We quick to tell somebody, hey, you don't need to be wearing that dress. It's too short, or something in that manner. Mm-hmm. We quick to criticize people around us because we already inflicting that same pain on ourselves.
Yeah.
So I feel like once we stop inflicting ourselves, then it'll change.
You know what I started doing? Because we kind of, I studied all different aspects of life, and that's because I just love information and how people tick and talk. You know what I'm saying? So,
how people TikTok?
Yeah, and I'll see some on like Instagram or some shit, and I would have all this shit to say about certain shit or other shit it's not a lifestyle I live. You know what I'm saying? I would talk shit, good big shit too. You know what I'm saying? Then one day it was like, okay, here go a mirror. You know what I'm saying? Why do you feel so obligated to speak on somebody else's shit? Right. And then it was like, okay, so am I hating? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what I learned is I can disagree with anybody, But it's not whether I disagree or not, it's that I let them know if I disagree. That's when it becomes the issue, when you feel like the need to let somebody know that you disagree with their lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like if it's not my family, I'm not going to jump in there and disagree. And even with my family, I try not to even intervene, because I feel like everybody learn from their experiences, whether it's good or bad. You know, like my cousin who's, I don't know, you know, first she was a protester, and then she turned feminist, and then she turned, you know, bi-curious, if you want to say. You know, she went through a spectrum of things within a couple of months. And it's like, wait, whoa, I think you need to slow down and assess who you are. That's all I say, you know, because I don't care what your lifestyle is or your decisions or what you believe in, but all the things that you're doing is kind of contradicting themselves.
Yeah.
So before you start saying what you are and what you represent, or what group or who you represent, know who you are, because that's the biggest issue within our community. We don't know who we are. Mm-hmm. You know, I know who I am now. But if you would have asked me that 5 years ago, I probably would have told you I don't know. Mm-hmm. Because I never had to sit down and face the fact that I didn't know who I was and what I stood for and where I stand in life. But now I know, and I want other people to understand that if you sit back and think and give yourself time, you can figure it out. Mm-hmm. Some people do need help along the way. It's help out here to help you figure out who you are.
Yeah.
But you gotta want to know that. And that's the biggest issue, like I said, I see in our community that leads to a lot of things that's negative. That we don't know who we are, so we don't really care about what we do to people or how we do it to them. We don't care where we go or what we do when we go. You know, it's always been a stereotype that every time black people are in public, they're going to be loud and ghetto. There's always been a stereotype. But then you be like, man, that ain't true. But then it's always somebody out there to contradict what you just said, because they don't know who they are. So they don't know how to act in public. And it's a problem, because nobody in their family sit them down and tell them, listen, we didn't go to the store to put on a show. We went to the store to get these items in so we can come home. What you did was went to the store and acted a fool, and that was not necessary. So either you fix that, or you don't go to the store with me no more. Or I don't go with you. It doesn't matter. Either way, we're not going to be traveling together. Because I hate that, because I go in these stores and it's like everybody watching and waiting for you to say some niggerish shit or get loud or get angry. And I'm like, I'm just here for some notebook paper for my kids. Like, that's it. Like, I don't want no smoke, as the young folks say. I don't want no smoke. I just came here to get these items. I got them. I'm checking out. I don't want no problem.
Yeah.
Even with the cashier, you know, I don't want no problem with you, ma'am. I just want to get these items and go about my business.
Yeah. I have learned how to respectfully, because I used to say it all the time, I don't give a fuck, but it came from a point of being angry. But I have learned how to respectfully not give a fuck until it's time for me to give a fuck. And I determine whether that time is appropriate or not nobody else. You know True. What I'm saying? So when you see shit, you got two choices. You can either absorb that shit or just observe that shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's just observing.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I was in the same situation that I seen a dude go through online. He went to Walmart and he bought his little girl a bike. Remember when I got Lou that pink bike? Mm-hmm. I went in there, went to the back. They took it down off the rack. I paid for it in the back. But when I got to the front of the store and got ready to leave, they asked me for the receipt. Mm-hmm. He said, now in his scenario, he said that he didn't get a receipt or he didn't need to show a receipt. So it caused the scene. This was a black man. It caused the scene. Of course, the police came and he just, oh, well, I don't get mistreated, blase, blase. Okay, if that's how you feel, I understand that. But all they asking for you right now is to show that you bought the bike because you didn't pay for it up front. Why is that so hard for you to understand?
Even if
so much stuff going on in the world that he didn't want to show his receipt. But you know what I did? When I went up to him, they was like, sir, we need to see your receipt because you have a bike and you walking out the store. And I'm like, sure. Digged in my pocket, showed them the receipt. They looked at the receipt. They looked at the bike. They looked at the serial number. They looked at the bike. He said, thank you, sir. Have a nice day. That was it. I put the motherfucker in the back of the truck. I brought it home and I gave it to my baby.
You remember that one time I called you? I went to the Walmart on Burner Road. I can't remember if I was with Sugar or your mama. And I was like, it is motherfuckers with buggies. This shit is like a army goddamn setup. Like them motherfuckers had a trifecta, a lineup. It was 2 bitches with a buggy, 3 niggas on the side, and it's just like they had this planned out, scoped out. It was somebody, it was 3 people
when they ran out of Walmart.
Yeah, with a bed, cars, towels, rags, all that stuff, TVs. They had buggies full of this stuff.
And ran out of Walmart.
And you know who was trying to stop them? No fucking body.
Exactly.
But should somebody be trying to stop them? Because even though they committing a crime, they will whoop your ass so they can finish committing this crime.
But in that scenario, that person, they have people at Walmart now, since shit like that happen all the time.
Yeah.
To check receipts.
But it's their policy. If it's not in the bag,
in the bag, I have had my receipts checked.
But yeah.
Even in the bag, and I have been in front of a white lady where they didn't check her receipts and she just walked out. But okay,
yeah,
that's still their policy though. And even though they could be using it to, profile black people,
yeah,
it's still a fucking policy.
Yeah, cause I done been in the Walmart with a family member, and I'm thinking we just had a normal trip of family member because I'm thinking this family member pay for shit. You know what I'm saying? And the family member didn't necessarily pay for everything she had because what she did was got a box of diapers.
And put them on the bottom of the buggy.
And now she stuffed all the stuff that she wanted to steal in the box of diapers.
Ah.
You get what I'm saying? So I done seen both ends. You know what I'm saying? So I understand too because Walmart is a good go-to place to steal from if you a thief. You know what I'm saying? But I get it why it would be their policy, and I get it to why they would profile black people because black people steal. But there's more. White people steal because I done seen a white person motherfucker steal just as well.
Stealing is not a racial thing.
No, it's not.
It's just a thing in general.
Yes.
Okay, we don't have to debate that.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, I don't think that he should have reacted in that manner because it's their policy. If you didn't like their policy, you shouldn't have fucking shot with them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If you don't want to get checked with your receipts, I don't care if it's random or not. They could do you like that every time they come in there. It's their policy. They have the right to do that because that's what has been, what I want to say, kind of negotiated in these different states with these stores.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, then don't shop there. If he could have easily said, showed him receipt, said he didn't like it, took the shit back and got his money back.
Yeah.
And went somewhere else and bought a bike.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, when it happened to me, I wasn't like, oh, you fucking racist. I'm like, yeah, there's some bullshit, but here you go. Yeah. I did buy it. And he said, well, I don't mean to offend you. That's what they ask us to do, especially when it comes to stuff that don't get checked out in the front. They want us to make sure that we check the receipts of people coming from the back.
Yep.
And I said, oh, I didn't know that. So I was misinformed.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, my bad. I didn't mean to, get a little bit irritated, but I didn't. That's something I never knew because I don't know all of Walmart policies. Because guess what? I never took the opportunity at the time to look at their policies when they post them online.
That's one thing I did learn how to do when I had started couponing. You have to know them policies because shit get weird when it comes to that merchandise world. Because they got to cover all costs to not lose.
Right. But like I said, bro wasn't wrong, but he wasn't right. You see what I'm saying? He figured out that he was being profiled. And he took it in a negative way, which I understood because I did too. But also, I realized when the man said, well, this is our policy, I was like, okay, if I want the fucking bike, which is this is the bike that my daughter picked out, then I need to go ahead and show them my receipt.
Yeah. I can understand the anger standpoint because waking up, you automatically being profiled.
But see, everybody triggered now that all this shit going on with the death of black people by police brutality. So everybody is super triggered, and coronavirus don't make it no better.
There's some paranoid shit going on, and I get it because I tell you shit. I mean, today ain't a good day for me. You know what I'm saying? That's because I watched the news the previous day and got all anxiety driven and shit like that. And I have to be like, I need to go and meditate because I need to clear myself. You know what I'm saying? And we have to learn how to do that shit. We think that shit be white people shit. No. You need to motherfucking do some meditation, go outside, sit under a tree, journal, goddamn yoga, something.
Okay, but a lot of people, especially black people, don't believe in meditation. So, you know, to those who don't believe in meditation, I would say for your mental health, you would need to, one, have quiet time to yourself. Somewhere where at least 10, 20, 30 maybe minutes of your day, it can be in your car, it can be in your bathroom, it don't matter. Just have that time to just sit there with your thoughts. And then if that's not working for you, you can also try to talk these things out with somebody and express how you feel. Because that actually helps. It don't matter. It don't have to be your wife or your girlfriend or your siblings. It could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? It could be, matter of fact, they have a hotline, which I don't know the number, you know, where you can call when you feel like, you know, you having an anxiety or a panic attack and you need to just talk about it to get you back to normal.
Yeah.
You definitely have to look that up, you know, because I don't have anxiety or panic attacks, so I never looked it up. But I remember seeing it online when I was just scrolling through some things like we all do. But it's out there. So please look that up if that's what you need. You know, and I think that's our main thing. We as black people are not knowing all of these issues affect us as a whole.
Yeah.
We always try to say, oh, that's only going to affect this. It's not going to affect that. No, it affects everything. Your dietary issue affects everything. Your mental issue affects everything. You having underlying issues, as they say on the news, it affects everything about you.
Yep.
So we have to get to a point to where, to me bringing up the situation with bruh and me, is that I chose to handle it different. And that's what we have to get to a point of. We have to get to a point of not being triggered because everything is happening bad to black people around the world. Because this is not a United States thing. This is a worldwide thing of being oppressed, you know, and the bad or improper treatment of black people.
Yeah.
You know, so we know this, and having that information, then we need not to be triggered and to put ourselves in a worse situation.
Yeah, and I feel like we can't be so quick to be like, we gotta know the full story because people in general are deceitful. If you don't want nobody to know the wrong shit you did, you will lie to try to get out of that shit. People deceitful as fuck. You will have somebody that committed a whole fucking crime be like, black people, stand by me. I was done unjustly here. and come find out you done went in there and motherfucking talk shit or stole some shit or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know the full details of shit. Quit being so quick. I get it, yeah. Sometimes shit just randomly fucking happen and it be some racially driven ass shit. True enough. And
but see, a lot of people, hold on, I'm gonna cut you off, but a lot of people don't understand that because they don't understand that we live in the South. We from Tennessee.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
And it's a lot of racist ass shit. My grandmama, the first, you know what I'm saying, I realized, you know, how white people really did feel about it. My grandmama always lived in the country ass side. Remember she lived on Burning Bush? Mm-hmm. They used to ride past and dump their garbage in her yard and be like, you fucking nigger. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't understand it. I was just like, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, true enough, shit like that happened. But you also got black people out here that do wrong and be like, I need people to stand by me because you know what I'm saying? Everybody always want to pick and choose what they deserve. Like, honestly, if you really looked at what the fuck you deserve, do you deserve this shit? You know what I'm saying? Not the racial shit, but do you deserve somebody to come and stand side by side when you was really doing some wrong ass shit? I done watched some females beat a Walmart ticket person the fuck up because the bitch had some lip gloss in her fucking pocket that she did not pay for. You know, she beat this lady to a pulp. But bitch, you was stealing. It's like, nah, let me steal.
Right, so that happens a lot in our community where we condone the wrongdoing of people. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that we gotta point it out, but listen, I think we should not necessarily be there to advocate for these people that's doing wrong.
Yep. I think full stories need to be motherfucking told. And all in all, you know what it boiled down to. Whether you did something bad or good. You know what I'm saying? Good and bad. That's what I feel like it boiled down to, honestly. Because a lot of people don't feel like the shit they do is bad when it is bad. And it's not fair because you have people that's really heartfelt that will fight for you tooth and nail. And then when the full story come out, it's like, damn, why the fuck you ain't tell me this shit? Why the fuck you ain't tell me you was in here stealing? Or why the fuck you ain't tell me you was in here spitting on motherfuckers? Or acting like you got coronavirus or licking fucking ice cream, shit like that.
Yeah, like the two dudes that went in the store was just, two black dudes that went in the store was just opening up shit, talking about they got coronavirus and spitting and shit.
Yeah, and then somebody ready to whoop their ass because this right here is between life and death, honestly. And you got people that's ready to fight you and you like, these racist ass motherfuckers
they kicked us out the store.
Motherfucker, you was licking and drinking on shit. Did you deserve that shit? Hell motherfucking yeah.
I think the biggest perception on the behavior of black people, we always try to equate that with something that white people do. Well, white people do it, okay, but just because
make it right,
just because they done it don't mean that you should do it. If you feel like it was wrong in the beginning, why would you do it? Let them do their thing. Eventually they'll get caught. But see, they get mad when they get caught first. And they're like, well, such and such did this. Now you want to tell?
Yeah.
Like, be responsible for your actions. Take accountability for what you done.
Yeah.
And that's one thing we don't do. You know what I'm saying? We was taught not to. We was taught, you know, we suffered for so long. Now we not accountable for nothing that we do because it's generational and it being passed down from generation to generation. So we should continue the fuck shit, the fucked up behavior. And it's like, no. You need to change the way you think because that's not really what it is or what need to be done. How can you say you're a better person than the generation before you when you continuing the bullshit and you know you are? It's one thing to do it and don't know it. It's another thing to do it and you completely know what you're doing.
Yeah. And want people to give you this out like, oh well, you know, that's what I don't get. well, I went through such a... you went through such and such. You went through such and such. You didn't like that shit, but here you go, doing the shit again, and doing the shit again. That don't make sense to me.
What is the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
So it's insanity. You see what I'm saying? So we drive ourselves insane and don't even know.
Yeah.
And they play a big role in everything. Like, I keep going back to it because this is what it's about. It's about mental and dietary. It play a big role in everything. And the funny thing is, I used to hear white people say this all the time. You are what you eat. And I used to be like, man, these motherfuckers crazy. They don't know what they talking about.
And you find out you a whole cow out here in these
I find out I'm a whole cow and a whole pig out here in these streets. And motherfuckers talking about they a beast and they aggressive. That's because you eating all that pork.
Yep.
And you taking in them hormones that they putting in all these animals. So you don't even know what's wrong with you and why you react. And it's funny because we'll see somebody commit a crime and then say, I don't know why I did it. And then truly feel that way.
Yeah.
You wanted to do it. You decided to do it. You made the decision to do it. Then turn around and don't want to do the time for what you done.
Yeah.
Wait. What about Lil JoJo and them standing on the corner? They said dope. You be like, wait. That ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Well, will it help me get out faster?
Mm-hmm.
Like 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's very irresponsible for us to not own up to our bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect at all, and I have my shit. I talk a lot of shit, and my mouth is very, very slick. You know what I'm saying? And sarcasm is a second language to me. And I feel like, we don't necessarily hold ourselves accountable. We don't, before we do some shit to somebody else, whether it's say something or physically or anything, we don't consider if this shit was done to us, would it be okay for us to do it to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. And we don't think about that. We don't think about our actions because we irrational. So therefore, like I said, are you really good to yourself? Because if you're good to yourself, you'll be good to other people.
That's true. But being good to yourself don't just consist on being mentally or emotionally. It's also dietary.
Yeah.
So once you start to heal yourself with your body, your dietary, mentally, emotionally, however you want to peg it, things will change for you. Mm-hmm. You will change into a different person and evolve into something better. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes.
Yeah.
But you actually got to put the foot forward. You can't keep sitting back waiting on it to happen if you're not doing the things that it takes to happen.
Yeah, it just from the last segment, it's okay to let go. It's okay to let go, no matter what some shit represent, how long it's been in play or whatever. It's just okay to let go, because guess what? Sometimes when you end certain shit, something better comes out of certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay, because that don't mean that's the end of this. It just mean I gotta stop. You know, I'm animated. But you just have to let go sometime, and it's okay to do so.
I agree with you. You know, I don't want people to feel like just because I'm saying okay, I don't agree. I definitely agree. And if I disagree, I'm definitely going to let you know when I disagree, like I did on the last podcast. But then turn around and I had to agree with you because I didn't hear the whole statement that you was making.
Yeah.
You know, so that being said, my advice, and I think that's what I'm going to do, you know, on the subject. So what we talk about is give like a ending or more of a, you know, just a all over view of the things we was talking about.
Yeah.
So my advice is, I want people, especially my black people out there, to understand this is not directed to hurt or harm you. I have no quarrel or no animosity towards my people, but my people got to come to a realization of these are things that need to be talked about and put into play in your life. Because if you claim that you want the better life that you're seeking, then it starts within you. So how you want to end your part?
The same, give yourself enough room to change. And the only way to do that is sometimes to admit, okay, well, this shit I was taught was wrong. I don't agree with it. It don't mean that person that taught me this shit is bad. It's just that it's not for me. So I can change. And it's okay for a change.
Embrace change and understand that everything is written ain't truth.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay. Well, this concludes another segment of Thurman Viking. Please stop by our webpage on Thurman Vikings on Facebook.com. We have items for sale, and we will continue to put out more content in this manner on topics and situations. If you feel like you want to address a certain topic with us, you're more than welcome to join the podcast. We will bring you in, and you're more than welcome to email us and let us know. And if you want the email, you subscribe to Anchor, and it gives our email. So have a good day, my people. And to everybody that's listening that's not African American or consider themselves black, this is not a shot at you. This is not a shot at anybody. It's just for the betterment of our people to kind of understand what's going on. So I hope nobody take this in a negative light. But, I can't please everybody. So that being said, have a good day.